I've orgasmed.
Hey, not on no freak shit, bro. Like, bro, not on no freak shit. I just think, bro. Like, real shit. Like, sometimes I be having a hard time figuring out what the fuck to react to, and I thought this would be an interesting thing to react to. But some of y'all niggas don't be putting it down. Like, y'all niggas be thinking y'all putting it down on homo, but I mean,
I've orgasmed.
I've orgasmed.
I never had this problem before.
I've orgasmed.
I've orgasmed.
I'm like, off the rip, I think I can tell who's capping. One of y'all bitches not getting none. Off the rip, never mind, cause y'all niggas gonna be talking shit. But I'm gonna be right. I think it's her. I ain't going. I'm just saying, bro. Look, I don't know.
So I'll start with kind of like my ish. I kind of like stayed away from sex for a while, but then I went to college. Had that college.
Bro, if your shorty going to college, bro, hang it up, bro. Let's be honest with you. Hang it up. I've been there. I've been to college before, my nigga. Hang that shit up, bro.
Experience.
They do not
it's
give
kind
a
of
fuck.
progressed a lot from there.
Was it your first orgasm in general or with someone else?
With someone else.
For me personally, I was never really concerned with like dating or a relationship. And then I met this guy in class and our first hookup like did not go as planned, as I feel like it never does.
Yeah.
Then I like came out to California.
So they're just gonna tell us their whole stories like this? Like, I didn't ask for this shit, my nigga.
And I started like dating, and I think
I
that's
clearly want
when
to know
like,
who
I
had
my
an
first
orgasm before who
orgasm. I
did.
feel like there were times where like you fake it.
This is
like,
gonna be a weird
you
ass
might love
video.
him or you might not love him. It's like, let me just do what I can in this moment.
There was something
This
just
gonna be a
sus
weird
about
ass
her.
video.
She's too sweet to be able to like say her piece in bed. I didn't finish because of a partner until I realized I was lesbian. So I was just like with guy after guy after guy, and I was
She belongs to the streets.
like, why isn't this
Damn, why
working?
you said like that?
Something's just not clicking, and I definitely thought it was like something about me or my body. Like I thought I was being difficult, and then I was like, oh, it's not a me thing like at all.
Yeah.
It
4
is
years
a you
ago
thing
was
if
when
you
I got sexually active.
prefer
And
women.
my first time also was terrible. It was at this situationship.
Wait, so when did you have
Or
your first orgasm?
With a partner, it would be 4 years ago when I was in that situationship.
Oh, like even though it
Damn,
was like,
4
yeah,
that
years
first
ago?
like
time
it
was
still
bad,
happened.
but we still, yeah.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, you think, shoot, I wish I stopped.
Hey, to all my niggas out there, if you ain't never had no big orgasm, bro, it doesn't even fucking matter. You got yours, right? That's all that fucking matters.
You wish you cut it loose.
I
Hey.
didn't have my first orgasm with a partner till I was like 21. I feel like that goes into a lot of sex education and being taught like sex is for like babies and not to achieve orgasm. But it happened.
Yeah.
And now it keeps happening.
I would say the first time
Like
I
what you
actually
like.
orgasmed with a partner, I was 21. It was just kind of funny because I didn't think I was gonna lose it until I like got married. I'm like third generation, like hyper religious family, so church girls.
Why?
Literally, everything.
Like it was rough.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, back in my head cannot go all the way down.
She was like giving me like young, innocent vibes.
Just off
So in
of
order to
like,
have an orgasm, you
initial
gotta be a hoe?
stories, I felt like hers was the most vague.
To me, innocent.
Something she said threw off my gaydar. I'm usually really good at detecting women who go both ways, so that was a surprise.
Damn, young man.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, bye, Mia.
Bye. Just based off of the first initial take, it's kind of hard to relate to my story, or it seems very like fantastical or weird.
She has some random
so
ass
it kind of makes
tattoos.
sense.
What the fuck does
I
the
have a
dagger
question.
mean, my nigga?
What
It's a knife.
was your best sexual experience?
Sexual experience or best orgasm?
Maybe I shouldn't have reacted
like
to this
saying,
video.
like,
This
experience.
shit is
You wanna
weird as
share
hell in my
first?
ear.
Sure. I would say actually recently I went for my friend's birthday.
Fun.
And we went out to a bar. That was my first time going home with somebody.
Oh, wow.
And I think that was my favorite for sure, just because the spontaneity of it. And the guy was older, so he just really knew what he was doing.
Okay. I feel like mine isn't the like best one to go off of, but it was the best experience for me.
She look like she in her
I
40s,
was
bro. bro. You should have been had an orgasm.
Maybe TMI, I don't know. But there was just something about her. I was like, I don't care, you don't care, and then it just happened, and I was like,
That's hot. Yeah.
ugly face, everything.
Ew.
You guys have guys where they're
Why the
like,
fuck she said that's hot?
like we need to stop. So
some-
I've had multiple experiences years back with older men, like mid 30s to 40s. There was one experience. It was
Yo,
just
what's up
like,
with
you know,
these-
it wasn't planned. Like it
Why
was
do
just in the
females like older
moment,
niggas,
and like
bro?
he just knew what he was doing, and it's like the like.
That's weird, bro.
You know,
That's
like,
just as bad as an
grabbing
older
me
nigga
and,
like a
like,
little
just,
girl.
like,
Like,
yes,
'cause, like,
yes.
you know,
I've been in theater. That doesn't feel convincing.
half
to
of these
me.
motherfuckers is underage.
I
probably.
think for me was actually like a guy that I had just met in college. Me and my friends always make the
See,
joke,
that's
like,
reasonable.
if they ask me where I'm going, like, oh, I'm gonna go see Rocket Ship, because that's what I called him. Like that's what it felt
Yeah,
like.
she
In that
never
moment,
had
you've
one.
never had an orgasm, and it happens. I just feel like it's like stars, just
Yes.
like that's what it felt like to me. So
For me,
Oh, that nigga on
this
rocket
threesome
ship.
I had
Yeah.
with the well-known
That
guy
nigga-
and his girlfriend, he had like a playlist, like Drake and The Weeknd,
Yes, the vibe.
and like it was just, you know, it's a lot of like sexual tension in one space.
That's like the main part of it.
Maybe
I
I
feel like it's not
should,
just like specifically the sex,
making me
it's the
uncomfortable.
experience
Everything.
of it.
I know
Because
who's
me
home on my
specifically,
nipples
like
starting
I'm not
to
gonna come like just from like.
Well, that's
you
what I
know?
was gonna say is like I wouldn't say it was like the best sex of my life, but when I think like sexual experience, that's the first one because there was such a mood. And of course, like since I'm like the guest star, I'm like extra paid attention to.
Yeah.
So I was like doing things. I was on like my head doing like a handstand.
I
like,
It was her. She
It
ain't
was
have no orgasm. What the fuck are you doing
crazy.
ahead?
So with
Why
that
are you
in
doing
mind,
a
like, what
headstand?
does an orgasm actually feel like to you? Because I said it feels like a rocket ship, like a spaceship.
Honestly, like for me, your body like tenses up. How I kind of feels like melting sometimes, but then sometimes like if you change the momentum and it's slow, it feels like butterflies and bubble. You know what I mean? I feel like every orgasm to me is like definitely different.
Yeah.
One way of putting it is like I feel like I'm gonna pee. Like I have to focus. Like I have to like make it happen. Otherwise, like if I stop thinking about it, then
I
it's
heard,
then
I
it
heard
doesn't.
about, bro,
I'm the
bro,
same.
I've heard
I
some.
heard girls say, well, I mean, from what bro, I don't want to put my business out there and shit, but you know what I'm saying? Last time I was, you know what?
Some
Fuck
people
it, bro.
like
I
say
can't
that
even
who
explain
aren't
this
like
shit.
really
But they
experienced
said
sexually.
if a girl
So I was
feel
like,
she about to
maybe
pee
she's
while
just
y'all
trying to go off
whooping,
like
that means she was
internet
gonna twerk, man.
resources.
I feel like I honestly blank
That means
out.
she was
I
gonna
feel like it's
twerk,
one of
man. Bro, this video is not
I
gonna
know
be
everyone says
uploaded
it,
on
like, is white
YouTube. They
hot,
gonna take
but I
this
just
bitch
blank
down.
out. I feel like it's just like one of the few times I can really like let go and just be present because my brain is just always going on.
So it depends. If it's the first organ, because I have this thing where like once I come, I can like keep coming like 10 times like in a row. I've had orgasms where it's just like yours, where it's like I really had to like concentrate to get there, and then others where I'm like, you know, I'm like, oh my god, I had to listen to Celine Dion.
I think I should call her right now. Maybe I should call her over. It's
I'm
getting to that
having
moment.
a
yeah.
moment.
It had to be shorty with the green. I
Her
don't know what the fuck her name
recollection
is.
of her orgasm, it felt very like by the book.
I was
Damn.
like, it's Sarah, Jada, but then Jada
I think
was
it's
like,
you,
oh, I
Haley. What the
called
fuck
my
you
guy
doing on your
Rocket Man.
headstand
You
for?
only give nicknames to some good.
Oh. I think I said something about it taking so long for me to get there with a partner. And then when I said church girl, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
If you think the mole is still in the box and you'd wish to play the game, please raise your
bitch built
hand
like
at
a
this
tooth.
time.
Okay, wait, I have a
All right, that's
question.
not
When did
funny,
it come
bro.
to the understanding, or
That's-
if you
that's
always had it,
disrespect.
where an orgasm is about both people?
I would say in
don't
college,
need
because
no
I like
feminists
you,
getting
I
on my
wasn't
ass.
really into it sexually. That's when I was interested in learning about other people, especially.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After I left my 4-year relationship, he had told me like, oh, no one's ever gonna love you. Like, no one's ever gonna wanna have sex with you again. Like, literally those words. And every partner after that, I've been like focused on them. Like, it's never been about me. It's always been about how can I please them.
I was thinking, okay, well, maybe she
That's
switched
different.
tactics, and that's what really brings her pleasure, is bringing other people pleasure.
I was never really a sexual
Okay,
person
you
anyway.
one
Like,
of
I had the
those.
purity ring. I was saving myself
You
for
one of
marriage.
My answers were around church. I was raised like super Catholic. And so for me, it didn't even really conceive in my head that like, oh, this is for women too, because everything is so like serving for the man, cooking,
Right.
cleaning for the man, having a household for the man. I didn't even literally start like thinking like, I want to come too till I was like 21. And that was
Yeah.
like our cultural influences
So,
and women
how-
talking about
what,
sex
nigga?
and being
So
more
you
open
like
about
21,
it.
you said you've been doing this shit
Not
for
just like
years
me
before you
giving
came
all
on.
to you because I'm like, what am I here for?
I have a question. So, how did you feel the first time someone was able to get you there? Like, especially because it sounds like a lot of us had religious backgrounds. Like,
Yeah.
because I know the first time I felt it took me a second to feel okay.
Yeah.
And like, I remember during the whole process just feeling like I was being watched. Like, I have a lot of like deceased loved ones too. So, like, just feeling like
That's
they were
weird to
watching
think
me.
about.
Am I doing
during-
something
That's weird to think about.
Like,
Why you even
I
thinking about that?
That's how it went. Like that's what's like put in your mind.
It
though.
Oh,
is.
shit, she
Yeah.
said
Like
she's a
mentally
religious
what you
person.
go through.
Then
I
later
am
on, it's
too,
like,
but I don't think
shoot,
about shit.
watch
Well, I'm
me
a boy.
watch.
That's why, nigga.
One of the things was the white shirt. I don't know, when I think of white, I think of purity. She also said something about how she wanted to save herself for marriage. She had a purity ring. So I'm like, if you add all those things together.
Felt like she was kind of like talking a little too much and trying to explain her story to where we believed it.
I mean, well, she got me. I don't really hear it like that.
Okay. But I felt like
Yeah, it's the way you
I
walking,
was
too.
very authentic with my story. I think I talked a little more about my
I'm still going
past
with green shirt.
experience with my
Haley.
Christianity.
That
Plus the
handstand
white
shit
shirt.
don't
I
make
think
sense to me.
they kind of went for that too.
What the fuck you doing upside
If the
down?
lights turn green, that means that you have all voted the mole out and you win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you all lose.
Oh, she's smiling too hard.
three.
She's smiling too fucking hard.
2, 1.
I knew it! Oh,
She is the
no.
fucking mole.
Will the mole please step forward in 3,
I'm smart as fuck. I know what I'm talking
Two.
about. I know myself.
1.
Oh shit.
I'm so bad at that.
That shit caught me off guard. I ain't gonna lie. That shit threw me off.
I like to think I had intuition. When the light turned red and there was 3 of us, I was like, I knew it was Jada, and it wasn't.
I have never come from
That
someone
shit threw
else
me off.
giving that to me. I enjoy sex all the time. Nobody has really taken the time to learn how to make me come, I guess. So I love talking about sex because I think that there's this narrative that everybody should be able to come.
It's weird hearing girls
you know,
talk about
and
it versus
I
boys,
don't,
man.
and I
Niggas
still have
know how them
fun, and I
conversations
still
go,
learn
but-
a lot about myself.
Wow, you got it.
Girls
good.
talking about it's kind of weird.
I was
bro.
nervous.
It's like,
Never would have guessed.
My biggest goals today was to use my authentic experiences without inherently lying.
Probably should have paid
hey,
more
that's smart as
attention to
fuck.
her.
I'm not gonna lie. That's
Yeah, that's
smart
a
as
woman
fuck.
that gets what she wants, and she did. Dang
Broke
it.
my fucking neck because I thought it was Haley. Goddamn acrobatic ass. What the fuck you doing upside down? I still don't know why.
I wanted to come here today to show that sex is just so different for everybody.